Work leads to salvation or salvation leads to work? Did Paul and James contradict each other about faith? Let us discuss this in this video. Many people ask this important question: do good works save us, or does salvation produce good works? Some even think that Apostle Paul and James, they contradict each other about faith, because Paul mentioned in book of Romans, we are justified by faith, not by works, and James mentioned Abraham was justified by works. So are they contradicting each other, or are they actually teaching the same truth in different angles? Let us understand this from the scripture. Bible clearly tells us that salvation comes by faith, not by good works. In Romans chapter 4 verse 3 to 5, Paul the apostle mentioned this. For what does the scripture say? Abraham believed God, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. Now to him who works, the wages are not counted as grace, but as debt. But to him who doesn't work, but believes on him who justifies the ungodly, his faith is accounted for righteousness. So the scripture clearly tells us Abraham became righteous just by believing in God. That's simple. He did not perform any work to get salvation. He did not pay any price. He simply believed God. Salvation is not a reward for our good behavior. Salvation is a gift from God. You can do many good works like doing charity, prayer, fasting, lot of religious works. These works are good, but these works cannot produce salvation. These works cannot give you salvation. In Ephesians chapter 2:8, it is mentioned, for by grace you have been saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, is a gift of God. Salvation is a gift of God. You cannot earn it by doing good works. So this is what Paul the apostle mentions in scripture. Now we will go to book of James and we'll understand what James is saying. In James chapter 2 verse 21 and 22, was not our father Abraham justified by works when he offered Isaac his son on the altar? Do you see that faith was working together with his works, and by works faith was made perfect? At first glance, if you read it, it seems is contradictory to what Paul mentioned in the New Testament, but it is not actually contradicting. Apostle Paul and James, they are addressing different problems. Apostle Paul was speaking to the people who thought, I can earn my salvation by my good works. And James was writing to the people who started thinking, I believe in God, but now I do not need to obey God. Two different problems. Both the teachings are correcting different misunderstandings in the church. If you look at carefully in Abraham's life, first he believed God and it was credited to him as righteousness. God declared him righteous. This happened in Genesis 15. After many years, God gave Abraham a son, Isaac. And after that, God told Abraham in Genesis chapter 22 to go and sacrifice your son. You have to understand the order. Abraham believed first. God called him righteous. And because of he believed in God, through his work, you can see it very clearly that Abraham obeyed God. Abraham did not just obey to become righteous. He became righteous by believing in God. His works did not create faith. His works revealed faith. Because of he believed in God, he offered his son Isaac as a sacrifice. Whereas Paul the Apostle is teaching that salvation is by faith, not by works, James is also teaching a powerful truth. James is telling real faith is visible. Real faith produces works. If faith is genuine, it will produce obedience. If there is no action, that means the faith may be dead. James chapter 2:17 says, faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. It doesn't mean works save us. It means living faith produces works naturally. Just like a healthy tree produces fruit, fruit doesn't make the tree alive. Life in the tree produces the fruit. In the same way, salvation produces works. Works do not produce salvation. Let us summarize it clearly. Paul the Apostle is teaching we are saved by faith, not by works. James is saying true faith will show itself through works. They are not contradictory, they are complementing each other. Paul the Apostle explains how salvation begins, and James explains true faith in us will demonstrate by works. So salvation leads to work, not the other way around. So in the end, understand the simple truth, we are not saved by good works. But once we are saved, good works will follow, will naturally come out from our lifestyle. If someone truly believes in Jesus Christ, their life will be changed. Their action will be changed. Their obedience will grow. Not to earn salvation, they already received it, but because they are obeying God through their characteristic, their conversation, their attitude, their action, we can see the demonstration of faith. Faith brings salvation. Salvation produces good works. May God bless you with this. Thank you.